All right, and Bruce Springsteen's wife of more than 30 years, Patty Scalfa, revealing that she's been battling cancer since 2018.
Yes, Scalfa says her condition affects her immune system and has forced her to step back from touring with the E Street Band, which she's been a part of since 1984. Well, joining us this morning to help explain what myeloma is and how it attacks the body is Dr. David Siegel, the founding director of the Multiple Myeloma Institute at Hackensack Meridian Cancer Center. So good morning, Dr. Siegel. Thanks so much for taking the time to speak with us this morning.
Good morning to all of you, and thank you for inviting me.
Okay, so first of all, can you tell us what myeloma is and what does it mean for a patient who's been diagnosed?
So myeloma is a blood cancer. It is the second most common blood cancer in the United States. It is the most common blood cancer in African Americans, but it is a cancer that causes the accumulation of the cells that make antibodies. Healthy people make 1 billion different antibodies, and each of those 1 billion different antibodies is made by a different family of antibody-producing cells. And in myeloma, we have a cancer of one of those cells. So you see a huge accumulation of this one population of antibody-producing cells, and it can take over your bone marrow. It makes a lot of this antibody, and people can get sick from lots of different reasons.
Yeah. So what are the symptoms, I guess, of the myeloma, and how is it detected? Like, do you need a special test to detect it?
So the answer to that is yes, you do need special tests. Sometimes the presence of myeloma can be inferred from sort of standard tests that people do. The problems that people develop when they have myeloma sort of fall into 3 separate groups. It can take over your bone marrow. Your bone marrow is where you make red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. So when you have a lot of myeloma in your bone marrow, your blood counts can drop and become anemic and tired and more susceptible to infections because your white blood cell counts can drop. It can also affect your skeleton. It lives in the bone marrow, and it can hurt the surrounding skeleton. So you can get holes in the skeleton. You can get fractures. When it's very bad, the amount of calcium that leaves your skeleton can.
But what are your symptoms? Like, what are you going to feel?
So people feel fatigue. People can experience skeletal discomfort. People can develop problems with their kidneys, and that can make people feel very sick as well. So all of those things can be the signs of myeloma.
Oh, wow. So why is it called multiple myeloma?
The first case that was ever described was characterized by somebody who had a lot of tumors in the bone marrow.
Okay. And can we talk about Patty, though? She was going through this during COVID, which must have made it even worse for having to go through all that treatment. But she's now past the 5-year mark. So can you talk about what she's likely gone through over the past 5 years as far as treatment?
Obviously, I don't know any of the specifics of her case, but people with myeloma can have a very long prodrome period where the process doesn't actually make you sick.
Okay.
Once it does, there are a lot of different approaches in a younger patient, and she's a younger patient with myeloma. Very often they go through bone marrow transplants using their own cells rather than cells from somebody else.
Yeah, I guess the question is, there's no cure, right? And sometimes you hear the term cancer-free. So can somebody with a myeloma or multiple myeloma be cancer-free?
Well, I mean, they can have no evidence of the cancer. Really, they're not cancer-free. But people can live for decades now with multiple myeloma, many decades in the lucky few. Yeah, you can have periods where you're very sick, but also very long periods where you're not.
All right. Well, we certainly hope that Patty is one of the lucky few.
Yes.
Dr. David Siegel, thanks so much for your time this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much.